Alright folks, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay Will. This is the front camera on the Essential phone PH-1. Now, Essential has done right by me, and here's why. There are so many updates on this phone, I can't even keep up. I've gotten multiple updates and the phone still works like new. But I'll discuss in this video some things that I think are a little different after having the phone since launch, and tell you how I feel about it at this point in time using it. Now, I wanted to start the video off like this to show you, the front camera of the phone, and let you know it's still a great phone. So let's get into this video review of the Essential phone, a long-term review. All right, so let's be honest here. This is a great piece of hardware. It was the only phone that was made in this titanium and ceramic setup, and it's a shame that the rumors of them selling the company and there probably won't be another one. That's a real shame. We don't know how true that is at this point, or how factual, or how complete, or if that's officially going to happen, or there's going to be no more Essential phones. We don't know yet. But what we do know is that if you have this phone, I'm going to tell you to go ahead and keep it. I can't tell. I would advise you to keep it because this design, to me, is one of the best renditions of, or best iterations of, bezel-less. Yes, it has a little bit of chin at the bottom down here, but having it all free along the top is actually really cool. And I say that because I have so many phones that are, kind of so-called bezel-less. And which design do you like better? Do you like the Essentials design better, or do you like this style of design better on this side? And I personally prefer the bezel-less top on the Essential phone because it just has the camera in the center out there. They've hidden away the earpiece. They've done a great job at that. And I just think this design looks a lot better when it comes to, I'm just talking about the bezel-less portion at the top of the screen. There's more up there. It's just a camera in the center. And I think that's good. Both of these phones have a chin at the bottom. And I think the design of this phone is one that is going to live on. I mean, this is a huge screen on here. It's 5.7-inch display. And you can see it's pretty much just all display. So it's a compact phone. And I feel like they did it right with the design. Unfortunately, it was plagued with software issues at the beginning, but they've since fixed that. And I tell you, I'm on 8.1. I'm pretty sure that this phone will probably get the next version of Android. I don't know why it wouldn't. It can handle it. It's got a Snapdragon 835 in it with 4 gigs of RAM. And this is one of the few phones that could actually record on 4K on the front. Are there any phones out there other than this one that can record 4K in the front? I don't know of any. But that right there alone set this one apart. Now the camera quality has improved. Some of you guys have put the pixel camera on yours. I'm still rocking with the stock camera because when I get a phone, sometimes I don't want to modify it too much, and I want to see the improvement. So if you just slap something else on there to try to make it better, yeah, you can test that out, but I don't think you're going to see the improvements or the growth of the phone by just putting something else on there. So the cameras, for me, they've proven to be really, really solid. And I can go outside, it's sunny outside, I can shoot a video. It's going to look pretty good. But testing your camera in different settings is where it's at. So that's why I set up here and just turned on the camera in my office and started recording. And that's it, and to see how it comes out. Now, it won't be the best footage for front-facing video. It won't be the best footage for rear video. However, it will be good video. It's good enough. So I like the setup of the Essential phone. You do have the ability to snap on modifications there, like a camera or a battery charger thing, a wireless charger thing. They're slowed down on these things, but that doesn't mean that the phone is a failure. Lots of companies take chances on phones, and this is just one of them. So I think this phone is solid. It has 128 gigs onboard storage. It has the Type-C down there. And it's got the dual camera setup. It's a good look. I mean, it's a definite phone. It's a good phone. But you will need to put a case on it. Now let me get into a few things that you know, are still not, this happens to all phones. This is very slippery. That's just what it is. There's no long story behind that. It's just a slippery phone, so put a case on it. I do keep a matte screen protector on this one, but the screen on here is absolutely beautiful without this matte screen protector on here. Now, one area that I've noticed that hasn't been so good for me is battery. My standby time has dramatically decreased with this phone. I do find myself charging it more than I used to when I first got it. So, you know, battery time is good and everything. However, screen on time is good, I should say, but I do find myself having to charge this phone every time I use it. Every day, if I use it every day, then it's going to be charged at least once, you know. So I don't know if anybody else is experiencing that type of battery decrease with all the updates that are coming in, but I have. And, you know, to my surprise, the phone still works great. It's just that, you know, the battery standby time isn't so great. You know, I have a lot of notifications coming in, and, you know, maybe that's, I don't know if that's what it is, but the phone itself definitely does not have the best standby time. And it did before all these updates and stuff came in. It had really decent standby time. It still has pretty good screen on time. You can still pull in 5.5, 6.5 hours of screen on time, but you'll be charging within a 24-hour time frame. So at least I am. I shouldn't say you are. That could possibly happen to you. Now, it can last more than a day or two on standby. However, if you're using it and, you know, you sit it down throughout the day, it'll make it through a full day, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But you're going to definitely have to charge for your next day. This is not one of those phones, for me, that I can charge it once in a 2.5 day time frame. It's not one of those phones. So, you know, I hope the Essential phone does come with something else. I hope they do bring something else out. It will be nice. This design is great. And I don't advise, if you have this phone, if you don't have it, pick one up. You know, a lot of people ask, is it worth it in 2018? Yes, it's going to be worth it in 2018. It still has a powerful processor, a tried and true processor. The design is futuristic enough to where it's competing with that new design that I showed you, because that new design on the Asus ZenFone 5 is the design that most of the phones are having today. They've got that design. This is how, actually, if companies were going to mimic a design, they probably should have mimicked this design, because just putting the camera up there, but they probably couldn't figure out, or they didn't want to waste time trying to figure out how to put the earpiece and get the right sound. They just didn't, maybe they just didn't want to do that. Essential took their time and brought out a sweet phone. This is probably the best looking phone with this type of design, because it just has a single camera in the front. And I think it looks awesome, because you get a lot of wallpaper up there and you get more notification area as well. So quick follow-up video on the Essential phone in 2018. Had this since launch, and I think I'm going on a year now. Wow, I think I'm going on about, I don't know how long it's been, but I definitely have had this phone for a long time. Still works great. Dual 13 megapixel cameras on the rear at f1.9, and on the front you've got that 8 megapixel at 2.2. I think if the front camera had a f2.0 aperture, you know, with the right sensor, it'll get a lot more light in, and the front camera would be awesome at 4K. It's good right now at 4K. I think it looks pretty good. But you know, there it is, man. It's your man Jay Will. Let me know about your Essential phone. Do you still like it? Are you having any battery drain, standby time issues like me? Leave a comment down below. It's your man Jay Will. Take care.